rise the things real quick when there's a new champion sort of looking for contenders. Would you agree?
I found myself in a gatekeeper sort of position, but it kind of smells like it if you're on the outside, you know what I mean? But shit, you know, I'm just analyzing it for you. You know what I mean? You're asking the question. I'm doing is to go to war with another big up and comer.
And listen, last one for me. You feel like there could be a war in there? Do you think that it's just going to be two guys trading big shots, or you think that your experience will outclass this guy?
I don't want to have any wars. I never do. You know what I mean? I want to have a dominant performance. I almost tripped over the word dominant. I think I did trip over. But I want to go in there and have a dominant performance. You know what I mean? And it will look even more dramatic. It'll look even more drastic because he's so imposing. He's so much bigger than me. You know, I'm just going in there and getting ready to perform against another high-level opponent. That's as simple as I would put it.
What do you think of last week's main event, if you watched it?
That was a championship fight.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Well, I think about it, another one in the books, right? And still, congratulations to both competitors for making it out. Not as concussed as everybody hoped they would to the death. You know, everybody keeps repeating and throwing it in Sean's face. But, you know, it was what's the word? A scrap as expected. You know what I mean? DDP fought as expected. Sean Strickland fought as expected. And we got ourselves another championship match in the books.
So you saw the fight went basically how you thought that it was gonna go?
Yeah, I never think a fight's gonna go in a specific way. This is why I don't like picking fights. I don't bet, I don't gamble. Especially when it comes to mixed martial arts. You know, my love for it will never allow me to maintain a level of absolutism. You know what I mean? Unless I'm thinking about myself being the best. Other than that, anything can happen in this sport. Especially when you're dealing with people who train on a daily basis. This is all we do, this is all we think about, and this is all we, you know what I mean? And, you know, I lost track of where I was going, but that's I hope you guys got it.
And you know, you kind of mentioned like to the death, Sean was saying to the death, and a lot of people are coming out and just roasting him and talking about him. Chael and DC were in here earlier, and they're like, why is... What was your, like, what's your kind of thoughts on Sean talking this big game and then not necessarily showing up, in a sense?
I don't really have any thoughts on that. I thought he went in there and competed for 5 rounds in the world title match and came up on the short end of the stick with a broken nose. So, you know, people wanted him to sustain more damage than that. I mean, we live in a, what is it, a sadistic world, right? Where people want to see other people go through some sort of pain and take pleasure out of that. That's what you guys are doing. Don't you guys realize it? No? All right. Enjoy the fight Saturday night.
Is it cool that Eric McConaughey will be fighting the night before you fight?
Absolutely. My guy's going to war 4 times of his own. You know what I mean? Not that this is the type for me. It's always for a time. But, yeah, my guy's going to war. I want to be in his corner, help him get ready. He's in my corner, helping me get ready. We're going to tag team.
When does Alec Lorenz make it to the UFC?
You know what I mean? He keeps doing what he's doing. It won't be too much longer. 2025, the Red Hammer makes an impact, right?
He's dangerous.
He's very dangerous. He's only getting better, pushing me, helping me getting better. He's been. I'm glad you brought him up because he's been integral for me in this camp and making some adjustments. In all camps, we all have days and bad days, and in this camp, on one of those bad days, some of his words really helped me overcome it, and he sacrificed himself being a sparring partner of mine, and I think it really helped. I guess I'll thank him personally on camera now. Thank you, Al Red Hammer Lorenz, the Viking, in the house at the MMA lab. It's going down. Big guys are stomping loudly out of there, so it's going, yeah. Thank you.
last one for me is, there is Alex, there's Eric, there's Abdul, he's a little smaller, but who is someone else that the fans need to be looking, that's coming out of the lab, a prospect that no one knows about?
Oh man, so many guys on the fight team. Now I gotta think. That'll take a while. Let me think. If I pull some up right off the top of my head. I have to start with bigger guys. Brady's been doing good. He'll keep doing good if he gets fights. You know what I mean? His fights keep following through at the last minute. Kai's been hammering. The MMA Lab team. It's hard to put them on. You know what I mean? Follow them on Instagram. You'll see what's going down.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I know you're going in there and you're training, you're doing these things, you've been doing this for a minute. Is it a matter of when you go into these preparations, is it just tweaking what's worked for you, or are you still learning new wrinkles? Are you still learning new things in the game still at this point?
It's always a learning process. This is one big learning process, one long journey. You know what I mean? Yes, adding new things, trying new things, I don't want to say throwing out old, keeping the things that work, of course, absolutely right. Building, trying to make those better, get better at everything, you know?
Is there anything that from your very beginning, like you said you get rid of the stuff that doesn't work. When you think back to when you started this, was there something that you did in training that now you're like, man, I can't believe I used to do that sort of thing back when I was training? Maybe even just a fight week prep.
No, I've always had good teams around me. Even in Alaska, I had a good team. And after Alaska, I was in my lab, and my lab was world class. So, no, I've always had them around me to help guide me through these processes. And what's the question again?
No, that's pretty much it. If there was something that you don't do anymore that maybe that you
Yeah.
realized at the point wasn't good for you, but it sounds like you've had the people around you kind of helping shape your career.
Yeah, yes, helping me as I go along. I wouldn't say yes, helping shape my career. I guess you could put it that way.
Well, I don't know if you got to see any of the guys by the time you got here, but the Ultimate Fighter guys are here as well. So you got guys that are just starting their journey with trying to get into the UFC, and here's some of yourself that's been in the game and has been with the UFC for quite a while. I don't know if you saw any of those guys, and when you see guys like that or know those guys, what are some you would maybe impart to guys that are starting their journey, trying to get the UFC that you've learned? If you could tell them to take that moment, what would you say to those guys that are about to enter into the house?
I don't know. Ultimate Fighter is a different experience from what I'm. So don't make a fool of yourself. That's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't make an ass of you. You know what I'm saying? Represent yourself to the fullest. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna stick with you for the rest of your career. What you do in this house is gonna be your first impression. So, what kind of first impression do you want the world to see? You want them to see a guy who's rambunctious and a clown, no self-discipline, or a guy who's driven, really focused on the sport. You know what I mean? The Khabib, the next coming, or some crap like that. The next coming. I don't know. What weight classes are these?
The welterweight.
Flyweight and welterweight. So you know what I mean? To each his own. There's no one size fit all game. We've seen guys wear their ass on their shoulders and make millions of dollars, right? And we've seen guys come in with the loudest mouth and make nothing, right? And let your actions always speak louder than your words. No more. There's enough gems for you guys. Write a book.
Who do you think is going to do a better job of coaching those young fighters, DC or Chael?
I think DC has. I don't know. I think DC is a more active coach. I don't know what Chael does when his non-broadcasting and podcasting time. So I don't know. But DC's pretty busy too.
Yeah.
They're both smart guys. I mean, they're both MMA legends. They're both insane level wrestlers who still love the sport, who still are ingrained in the sport of wrestling. I think those because on the show have some good guys to be coaches, to have coaching. DC is a maniac when it comes to winning. I know Chael doesn't like losing, but he can take a loss and make it look good. You know what I mean? DC does not look good when he's losing. His cry face, not to you know, I guess to take a joke, you know?
Yeah. Well, going back to your fight, and I know you said earlier, you kind of separate the emotions going in a fight, you try to keep it more in business. Opponent opposite of you, this is his first main event. Can you remember back to your first main event and what sort of nerves and excitement that happened that fight week? And do you think that played to anything on the fight week? His very first time signing his face on the poster, all that sort of stuff.
I mean, it might. I don't really know Gregor personally. There's a lot of factors for me to make that assumption. But for my first main event, I remember it vividly because it was glorious. Copenhagen, Denmark, which is a beautiful country, they call it the happiest country in the world, and it was really nice when I was there. It was Jack Hermanson, essentially it's from his region, everybody, it was kind of like the fight before that went to Brazil, but everybody was against me, you know what I mean? Everybody was for Hermanson, and I went in there and put him away in the second round. And, I flew first for the first time on the way back, but it was first time flying first class, and that was freaking awesome. And it was good, man. I guess things put it up more after that one.
I get the last question, to play out many different ways, but what's your keys to the victory? What needs to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised on Saturday?
Hit him often, hit him hard, no pity patty shots, no trying to keep him off of me. You know what I mean? Do what I gotta do to put this man away. You know what I mean? Again, anyway. So yes, not get hit by him, not find myself in any brawls with him unless he's on chicken legs or something like that. But brawling wouldn't last long. You know what I'm saying? If he's brawling, last long, but if I'm brawling, it ain't gonna last long. You guys haven't really seen me brawl in there. Anyway. But yes, hit him often, hit him hard, be faster than him, and don't get hit. Stay moving, stay hard to find, hard to hit, and not just move around and relinquish space against this person.
Looking forward to
Try to
it.
give it
Yeah, I like it though. We're looking forward to it. Best of luck on Saturday.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
We will be back for the next fighter. Thank you guys for holding.